We're gonna make some cabbage soup for dinner and to can up. If the ground beef would ever like to come out of a little packaging. Maybe if I slid it up the side, it'd be a little easier. There we go. Two in that one, I'll put two in this one. Still working through that ground beef that we got on sale. Yep. Remember, when you find deals, buy as much of it as you can. Let's go brown that on the stove. While our ground beef is over there starting to brown, let's cut up our cabbage and get it ready to go. I got these cabbages on sale for like, I think it's 80 or 88 cents. Sounds good to me. Let's can up some cabbage soup and stock up for the winter, right? That's the whole point of canning, to stock up, stock your shelves so you have it for later. Yep. Kind of chop in this quarter size pieces. It'll get kind of mushier and shrink some in the cooking process. Like this piece, I'm going to give to the rabbits. They're going to love that. And then these little outside leaves, I will give to the chickens. So nothing goes to waste. Everything gets used. And everything gets returned. It is a nice cold day out today. I got the fire going and the wood stove. I don't know about you, but I love the way wood stove smells. I think it's one of the best smells ever. If you hear some buzzing in the background, That's just Michael with the chainsaw. He is cutting some more firewood up. So we are in the process of building like 5 stanchions. We're gonna get that all filled up. We've been working at it for the past 2 months, off and on. We fill up some, we use some, and then when that kind of goes halfway down, we go out to the tree wooded area and grab another dead tree that's down, bring it up, cut it up, kind of dries out there for about 2 weeks while we finish using the one pallet stall. So this year we're still playing a bit of catch up, but we know better for next year. Everything is a nice learning curve. Once you do it, you got it. You might say that this is a lot of cabbage. It looks like a lot of cabbage, but you have to remember, cabbage cooks down. It gets a little smaller and whatnot. So it's gonna fill up the pot, but then it's going to cook down. But having some nice cabbage soup on a nice cold day is nice. We've been eating more soups since it's gotten a little cold. That's winter. These will also soften and kind of mush and move around in the cooking process. There you go. They kind of all already fell apart, so they're leafy and not chunky. Perfect. Got my chickens and I got my rabbits. All right, our ground beef is all grounded up. I put some Worcestershire sauce in here along with some steak seasoning. And now I'm just going to pour in tomato sauce. All right, I'm gonna figure out that can in a minute. I got it in the dinged and dented area. They were on sale for $1, but they were like 70% off because they were dented. And I knew I was gonna use them quickly, so. I will fill up these cans with water, about like halfway, and swish them around and get the rest of that sauce out of there for that yumminess. Also, you don't want to waste anything. You don't want to leave that. Oh, I splooged. I'll get that in a minute. But you don't want to leave anything behind. All right. Let's turn this back on. And I will go get some water. There's my rinsed out cans of water. Coming together nicely. Italian seasoning. I'm just gonna put a whole bunch of this in there. Measure with how much you'd like. I kind of almost like it to taste like V8. So I add quite a bit. All right, I think that's about good. Mix it in. And let's kind of bring this up to a simmer. Let all those flavors cook in, cook down, merge together, if you will. And then we will add our cabbage. So now that it's been simmering for a while, and getting all those flavors mixed in, I'm gonna sit and add this cabbage. Yes, the whole head of cabbage. It'll cook down, it'll shrink. When you can this, you cannot add rice or noodles to it, but you can when you take it out and heat it up, if you'd like, or you could eat it just as is. And now let's mix in this yummy cabbage. Keep it on low for just a little bit longer to soften the cabbage up slightly. And then this is ready to eat, or also ready to can. All right, and after your soup is cooked a while and your cabbage is almost softened, ladle it into your jars. Remember, hot soup, hot jars, hot water in your canner. And you're gonna, I splooged. I always make a mess. Hey, but messy cookers make the best cookers. We're gonna cook this, pressure cook it at 90 minutes because there's ground beef in it. So we're gonna pressure cook it at 90 minutes, but you wanna make it as a soup base. You wanna do 50 and 50. So 50% of stuff and then like 50% liquid. So you get like a good seal. But on a nice cold night, or when someone is working late, they can bring this to their job, crack open the jar, you can put it in the microwave. Or on a cold night, you can make some rice, pour this right on top of it. I forgot to video But wipe your rims clean. Check them with your finger to make sure you have no dings or dents. Put your lids on, and then place your rings on finger tight. Do not bring out Hercules or Xena or John Cena to screw these lids on. You don't want any of your lids to buckle or not seal. So finger tight, people. And these jars are hot. So be careful of your fingers. All right, and then off to the canner we go. All right, hot water, hot jars. Don't want thermal shock. So let's place these hot jars in our hot water. Seven jars fit in my canner. So 7 is what we're gonna can. All right. Here we go. That lid felt a little funky, so I took it off and put it back on. Now let's pressure can. 90 minutes. When you have a hard, audible stream of steam, go ahead and set your timer for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, put on your gauge. I'm doing 10 pounds of pressure for 90 minutes. When it starts to rattle like so, start your timer for 90 minutes.
This is what it looks like when it's all done. You can either use rice or noodles.
Well, how is it, Madison?
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
All right, and one from Grandma.